Bitcoin catches at least one stabilizing tailwind as the Celsius network goes all out against short sellers. I really wanted to see how WCCF Tech is reporting on this, primarily because here's the thing. Everybody is worried about this resistance level. It's like Bitcoin over 20,000, Bitcoin under 20,000, Bitcoin over 20,000. And I think like when you're reporting, you need to be extremely careful because like this came out 4 hours ago and then we had huge market dumps, right? Like they're like, oh, well, you know, it looks like it's recovering. It's over 20,000. No, sir, we're back under 20,000. And I think like when you're writing about this crypto market, it's pretty clear that you're going to be sitting somewhere always between that like 19 or 8, let's say, to be fair, between that $18,000 and $22,000 level. It's somewhere in between there. And I would presume that it's going to continue to be somewhere around there for quite a bit of time unless something large happens. And that could swing it, of course, one way or the other. But for now, like if nothing changes, I think you're just going to sit between that $18,000 and $22,000 level. But they say some call it the deep breath before the final plunge. Others label it as crucial consolidation process before the resumption of its long-term upward trend. Either way, Bitcoin continues to vacillate around $20,000 price level, building anxiety among the bulls and the bears alike. Against this backdrop, the world's premier cryptocurrency has now been bolstered by at least one particularly potent tailwind. To wit, the Celsius network has managed to scrounge up sufficient financing to dramatically reduce the risk of default vice versa. Its vulnerable pool of wrapped Bitcoin on Ethereum held in a dedicated vault. As we explained in an earlier post, Celsius network shot to prominence a few weeks back when two of its derivative holdings, staked Ethereum and wrapped Bitcoin, were caught in the brutal crypto meltdown melee. Lido staked Ethereum is a decentralized finance variant of Ethereum that is issued against staked Ethereum coins and which is redeemable for Ethereum on a one-to-one basis, but only after the Ethereum to transition takes place following the merge event late in 2022 or early 2023. Except, no, you're wrong once again. Let's go ahead and go over this. We'll clarify again. Staked Ethereum will not be able to be traded one-to-one with Ethereum after the transition to proof of stake. It has been clear that withdrawals will not be enabled post-merge, and that will come later on. It will not be anywhere near 2022 or 2023, and will probably even less likely be anywhere near the merge even, right? We're talking 6 months to a year out from that, knowing Ethereum and the developer community and the way they like to control and manipulate the price of the crypto. They are definitely not incentivized to unlock staking as well because it will significantly impact not only price, but the security of the network, as people that are staking are directly incentivized more by the price of the cryptocurrency than by the rewards they are receiving for providing security to the network. And that is because the actual staking rewards are so low that you are more incentivized to sell off if the price goes up. Let's continue. A few days back, staked Ethereum depegged from its theoretical parity with Ethereum, leading to chaos in the DeFi space owing to STE's status as a vital collateral to underwrite loans in the crypto sphere. As investors started selling large quantities of staked Ethereum for Ethereum, Celsius Network faced a liquidity crunch, especially as the market to purchase Ethereum coins using STETH was not nearly as large as the overall demand, prompting the crypto lending firm to halt all withdrawals. Of course, Celsius Network also remains on the proverbial tenterhooks for wrapped Bitcoin, an ERC20 token that is fully backed by Bitcoin and managed by the Wrapped Bitcoin Decentralized Autonomous Organization, DAO, and which grants its holders access to Ethereum ecosystem. To it, the crypto lending firms hold around 23,962 wrapped Bitcoin in a dedicated vault. Critically, if the price of Bitcoin were to plummet to a predefined threshold, the vault's contents would be liquidated in the margin call, leading to a windfall for a few actors. Bear in mind that individuals who flagged positions vulnerable to a margin call usually stand to gain between 10 and 15% of the cut from any subsequent collateral sale. It is for this reason that some crypto whales were trying to pummel Bitcoin's price a few days back in an effort to trigger the margin call on Celsius Network's wrapped Bitcoin vault. This brings us to the crux of the matter. Over the past few days, Celsius Network has been frantically posting additional collateral and repaying a portion of its loan to prevent a margin call on its wrapped Bitcoin holdings. As a result, these efforts, the margin call threshold was reduced dramatically. For instance, when we last wrote on this topic, the margin call threshold stood at a Bitcoin price of $13,603. However, in the past few hours, Celsius paid $120 million towards its loan commitment, thereby reducing the margin call threshold on its wrapped Bitcoin holdings to a Bitcoin price of just $4,967. So what they're doing essentially is paying off enough of a loan to make sure that the margin call is lower. It does mean that some analysts are probably expecting Bitcoin to hit under $14,000. As is evident from the snippet above, the liquidation price for Celsius Network's wrapped Bitcoin holdings has now decreased substantially, virtually eliminating the threat of a margin call. Nonetheless, readers should note that Celsius' overall finances remain very shaky, leading to a material risk of default in the days and weeks ahead. It is for this reason that traders continue to maintain short bets against Celsius native token CEL, as evidenced by a negative funding rate on FTX exchange. We've talked about the CEL short squeeze as well. But for now, at least, this development bodes well for Bitcoin, which has been suffering as of late due to the souring of sentiment across the crypto sphere due to a cascade of liquidations and margin calls in the DeFi space, with Three Arrows Capital emerging as the largest casualty so far. As far as Bitcoin's near-term prospects are concerned, ARK Invest Yassin Elmendra, there we go, recently published a detailed Twitter thread showing that the world's premier cryptocurrency is now perched at a critical fulcrum. To wit, this guy likes to say to wit a lot. It's like me. I do that kind of stuff a lot too, but writing is weird. The Puel multiple, a metric that compares Bitcoin's daily miner revenue to a 3-year average, is now at a periodic low. We just talked about that. Moreover, net unrealized losses for Bitcoin holders just reached a 2-year low. And as we explained in a dedicated post on the weekend, we expect Bitcoin to take a significant leg lower when a recession materializes in the US. Amid this uncertainty, Bitcoin bulls would be better off giving up on the rest of 2022 and the first half of 2023 to concentrate on the second half of 2023, which is expected to benefit from the proximity to Bitcoin's next halving event. That being said, usually it's after the halving event that really spirals that. And that's not until I think April or sometime around that for 2024. And it's usually 6 to 8 months after. I'm really thinking 2025 as far as what you should be expecting for price recovery on Bitcoin. That doesn't mean that you stop accumulating now. So it's kind of weird that I guess he's just saying the bulls should give up. And that is the difference between people pushing the price up and pushing the price down and taking, shorts and all that on Bitcoin. Overall, though, I mean, it's kind of interesting that they were able to reduce their margin call so significantly on Bitcoin, but it didn't talk about reducing it on staked Ethereum, which I think is a bigger problem at the end of the day, because like I said, they're not going to be able to pull that Ethereum out to back that staked Ethereum or wrapped staked Ethereum. There we go. So I think that's going to be a big problem. Thanks for checking out this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. You can check out the full episode here or more crypto content down here. Also, I'd like you to check out my locals page at sonofatech.locals.com, where you can become a member for free or choose to be a $5 a month supporter that unlocks additional content.